I will call the May Planning Board meeting to order. I'd like to welcome all those in attendance. We do have a quorum present. This time, we did get notification from LaRue that she was not going to be able to be here in this meeting. So at this time, we would vote on the absentee member. So I'd ask for a motion to excuse the LaRue's absence.
So moved.
So we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We got a second. All those in favor by saying aye? Aye. Anyone opposed? There are none. We'll move to approving our minutes from the April 27th, 2026 meeting. I'll let everybody take a look. I do have one thing I just kind of want to talk through and make sure I went back and watched the video. Just want to make sure everybody's in agreement with what's in the minutes.
On the temporary outdoor events, that's what it already says?
No,
What's the?
This is carnivals, festivals, and fairs.
yeah, it says carnival.
Parentheses is temporary outdoor event.
The suggestion division is right here, right before that is what it says. This is what it currently says right now.
Yes, if I remember correctly, we were removing the carnival fairs and festival section, right?
That's correct.
And
We
then-
agreed to replace it with the suggested,
With the temporary outdoor events section.
right,
And we have special definitions in the appendix that specify what temporary outdoor events are. And I believe that definition specifically listed, like, didn't it specifically list the Roofing Club or something?
This is civil groups.
civic,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
civic. So I went back and watched the video. On page 480, I just want to make sure everybody agrees with, if we go down to where it's, town clerk offered, asked, if we scroll on down that paragraph, it said the board decided to remove the last line of light industrial that stated outdoor storage when permitted shall be incidental and subordinate to the principal use and shall be screened to minimize visibility from adjacent properties and public highways. Does everybody agree with that? I tried to go back and watch the video before we came. I didn't have time to do it earlier, but does everybody remember? I want to make sure that's what we did decide to remove that.
It decided to remove that because we were going to try to put Marshall's construction under that. But most of his stuff is outdoor storage.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that in my notes. I put,
Okay.
regarding the LI district, we agreed to adopt the language provided by Brian, except removing the outdoor storage sentence.
Okay, I just making sure where
It
we're,
was all dealing with Marshall's, that's why we took it, because we were gonna take it out.
I mean, we haven't,
Oh, yeah, that's right,
we haven't made the decision yet whether to change his property from commercial to industrial. I think, you know, we're going through getting this straight, obviously we can review that at a later date. But I just wanted to make sure everybody agreed with that. That was all I had. Everything else looks good that I saw. And there's nothing wrong with that, so. Anybody got anything else they see in the minutes? If no one sees anything, I'd ask for a motion to accept the minutes as written. We have a motion to accept them. Do I have a second? Second, all those in favor of accepting the minutes as written, saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? None. All right, we'll move to the final draft of the town code. I went through and updated everything. What I did was I marked through what we were removing. I lined it out just so it's there so we can see what was there prior. And anything that was added is in green. There's a couple of items on the first page that were in red. I'm kind of bouncing over the place, but we adjusted the date and time, or day and time for the town council meeting. Which was the second Monday at 9 a.m. And last meeting, we decided to strike out the speed limits that were noted in there for all the different roads. And we basically are just referencing the general statute only regarding speed restrictions. We had several meetings prior to this one, we had added the solid waste management, chapter 8. And then last meeting, we agreed to add the chapter 9 about low speed vehicles and references general statutes. And with all that, I updated the table of contents as well to, match what was added. And strike through the things that we were taking out, the speed limit section 302.2.
So, question that, like the list B vehicle, under the purpose, it says ordinance establish rules on highways in the town limits. Does this only apply to the town limits, or does it apply to the ETJ in any amount? Yeah, like the low speed vehicle.
That's
That's
the county.
That's statute.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is that if you look at the purpose, if you just read this, it seems like it would only apply to the town limits. Can we only, like, it kind of gives the impression that it doesn't apply to
I mean,
ETJ.
we do have regulations for the ETJ.
I mean, I understand this is the town code, but
Yeah,
the in the town limits is the, like, do we need that? Does that add anything?
no, it doesn't. I mean, we could take it out and it would apply to the town
Would
limits.
be more generic that
More
way.
generic, yeah.
Could we apply to?
What's everyone else's thoughts about taking out in the town limits? And just leave it, say vehicles on streets and highways.
Well, is that consistent with everything else in the code? Are we ending, is other things ending with that?
I was looking, I was just looking at that. Section 601 says no person shall be permitted to keep or maintain any smart within the corporate limits. I don't know.
I saw corporate limits one
I
time.
don't know what corporate limits are.
I would just say be consistent, whatever we choose.
Yeah, and then like 607 within the town. Within the town limits is in chapter 7.
Yeah, 701
okay.
within the town limits.
Yeah, let's just leave it, yeah.
Okay, alright.
How's that? Yeah.
Anything else?
Does corporate limits mean anything different than town limits? Does that include ETJ? I just wanna make sure we're consistent and we understand what we're saying.
Not sure about that.
That's the one I would change if it means
Yeah,
something
because I don't know
different.
what corporate limits are.
Corporate limits. I don't know, I just wanna make sure I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then at the bottom of page 26, within the corporate boundaries of the town. Corporate limits.
And that's
corporate
fine if we
boundaries of the
find
town.
things we need to get consistent on. Yes, corporate limits and town limits refer to the exact same thing. But it would help to probably be consistent. Let's look right here.
Yeah, so there's only 4 instances of corporate. They're all in the animal section.
Okay,
25, the second line, maintain any swine within the corporate limits. And then the next section, 602, says land within the corporate limits.
that's page 25.
Yeah.
Does everybody agree we change that to match town limits?
Well, you know, but is the swine rule, is that supposed to include the ETJ? Like, none of these rules are supposed to,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, this is all
Okay.
town limits.
okay.
Let me ask this question up here.
And it's once on page 26, Brian, very bottom of 26. Last page, last line of 26, says within the corporate boundaries of the town. So 3 times. Sorry to send us down a rabbit hole.
That's all right. So page 25 was on there once, right?
Twice. Under swine, 601 section, and then under 602, the second line, within the corporate limits. And the bottom page 26.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to see?
I will say, I just looked it up and it says that the town code does cover both the ETJ and the town limits. Normally it says. This, general statute, in general statute 160D, Unified Development Limits.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Town zoning, so, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, some stuff is supposed to encompass in and out of town.
Well, it
Town
says
and
here,
each-
like, the general town ordinances, like rules like noise and nuisance lots and junk vehicles apply normally to just inside the town limits.
See, over, bottom of page 26, in section 606, within the corporate boundaries of the town. So I've seen it written a couple of different ways. I just wanna make sure we don't change something we didn't mean to. And that's dealing with animals within the corporate boundaries of the town.
One of these codes canon, it says, a town code often affects both the town and extraterrestrial jurisdiction. But how it applies depends entirely on the specific type of rule and state law. Because you are in North Carolina, these rules are governed by state statute GS 160D. Unified Development Ordinance or land use, the town zoning, subdivision regulations, building codes, plotted properties within the ETJ exactly as they do inside the corporate limits. By law, a town cannot apply a land use rule to the ETJ that it does not enforce inside its own town limits.
So I Googled, does the corporate limits include ETJ in North Carolina? It says No, under North Carolina law, the ETJ is an area outside of the city's corporate limits, while properties in the ETJ are subject to city land use and zoning regulations. They are not part of the city limits, and residents there do not pay city property taxes. So is everybody good with what we discussed on? If I need to ask the question to Joshua Hollis, I can surely do that.
I would so it'd be right.
Okay.
Well, I don't see any downside to just removing that language altogether. Like for instance, 601 swine, no person shall be permitted to keep or maintain any swine, period. There's no reason to add within the corporate limits or within the town limits. And question like, well, does this apply to the ETJ or does it not apply to, like, just a statement?
Well, the difference is in animals,
Well,
show animals.
Back up. While properties in the ETJ are subject to city land use and zoning regulations. So, the rules can apply to the ETJ. But we've always had different.
I don't know if it's that different, we've always
No,
thought it was good.
I'm talking about like, what is it? I'm thinking about a bona fide farm. That's when somebody can have animals that are,
In the ETJ, you can have a bona fide farm. In the town or the ETJ, you can have up to 5 animals for youth show animals, whether you're in town or not, right?
Yeah, 5 animals on the end.
That's
alright,
that's the one for youth. So the bona fide
Well, they
farm,
have to be applied and be listed as a bona fide farm
right.
with the state, but not with the town.
Maybe just asking clarification, is there anywhere that is necessary that we list corporate limits, or do we leave it open and let the state statute do it?
Yeah, I don't think there's any downside to just leaving it open. It's part of the town code, so we know it applies to the town.
Yeah, but anyway, that's why we have a consultant, to make sure we don't remove something that would get us in a jam. Also, if there's something to say, let's just pick consistent language, because it was written about 3 different ways.
alright, I will pose that question to Joshua Hollis.
Okay.
Alright, anything else? Anybody see anything else that we discuss? Alright, if nobody else has anything else, we'll move on to our development standards review. Which is Article 3, excuse me, Article 3.
representative. Yeah.
Alright, you should have your Article 3 development standards. What I did is I went down, the list of items that was originally submitted, to East Coast Commission, where responses had been, seen. So I did some research looking at the 160B. It is permissible for a North Carolina town to include development standards for businesses, even if no such business currently exists, because North Carolina law allows for towns to regulate potential land uses through their zoning and development ordinances. It is permissible for a North Carolina town to include development standards for businesses, even if no such business currently exists. So we look at the first one, which is section 3105. Automobile repair services. We currently don't have an automobile repair services, but nobody knows what the future holds, so we can leave it in our ordinance, or we can take it out. My recommendation is to leave it. The reason I recommend leaving is we've already got some development standards, created for it. And if in the future somebody comes and wants to open up a garage, we've got a guide already to help guide us. But I'd like to see what everyone else's thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I think it's just leave it.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. All right. 3106 is the same situation, automobile towing services. We don't currently have it within our town, or we don't have a business in our town currently that fits that, but I recommend leaving
Yeah, because that would also cover storage of salvage vehicles.
Well, yeah, because it says no outdoor disassembly or salvaging shall be permitted. So,
People can throw up a fence for freight vehicles or insurance vehicles and charge storage, and I don't want that to be open.
so by leaving it, we've got something in our ordinance for if it ever does come up. The same is to be said with 3109, boat repair.
That's such a random, like.
It is,
Boat repair. So
yeah,
random.
it's I mean, I know we don't have it, so we don't have that type of business, but do we leave it or we take it out?
I'll just leave it.
I recommend leaving it.
Yeah.
You
Now know what comes in the future.
Yeah.
Find it. Automobile repair service is C district. Boat repair is C and CE district. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. And that's something we may need to talk about too. Do we add, CE district to the automobile repair services and to the automobile towing services? That would be in the ETJ. What are your thoughts on that?
That's another thing, I feel like we should be consistent, so the boat repair covers in-town and ETJ, but automobile is only listed for in-town, that doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
Right.
Anybody else got any thoughts?
Right. I mean,
And two, if somebody outside the town limits wanted to open a business, we've got development standards for it.
Oh, and, you know, the town can stop here, and right here can be a automobile yard without fence, without, you don't want that, I mean, you want to be consistent.
So,
It would be add CE to automobile, I think would be, then they would be the same. The automobile, repair and towing, just add CE district to both of those.
is everybody in agreement to add CE to 3105 and 3106?
Didn't we, what did we decide last time about the C and the CE?
We decided that we were going to match,
Okay, we're gonna change C, I have the,
we were gonna change we were gonna keep the map as it is and adjust our zoning
Okay.
ordinance. So instead of it being, a business district, C business district, we're gonna call it C downtown commercial.
And then
The same
CE
thing with
was
the,
CE rural commercial.
right,
Okay, gotcha. See, I'm just making sure if we're adding CE, I was like, oh, we didn't
Right.
decide to get rid of CE, did we? No, okay.
alright, CE. Alright. 3110, building supply sales, I recommend leaving that, just like the other ones. I mean, if we leave it in there, we got it for the future. Is
I think we
everyone-
just leave everything we got.
Right,
I see some things we might need to change, like caretaker dwelling.
yeah, I think we need to definitely talk about that one. So we're good with the 3110. So caretaker dwelling, I pulled up, let's see if I can find it.
That was the quietest sneeze I've ever heard.
Sorry.
160D 907, that was family care homes.
But then we determined on that caretaker dwelling, Brian, that was like if you were a security guard. That one, and then the one for the other one is on over in the book.
I know we did talk about
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we
We
were
were saying
thinking
the caretaker dwelling, I thought it was like a caretaker dwelling, but it's not. And then we looked up and it was really like a security guard
Yeah.
that stayed on site or something.
Not a caretaker dwelling.
I thought that was what we had looked up and figured out, and the one for the actual room, like a mother-in-law's house or something, was three.
Well, this is, well, let's see what this is. It says in North Carolina, caretaker dwelling generally refers to either an accessory dwelling unit or an aging impaired relative or a temporary transportable temporary health care structure placed on a primary caregiver's property. Let me look at this General Statute 160D 915. It refers to a temporary health care structure. Alright, so let's kind of look through the development standards. You're gonna see this makes sense to have it in O and E, O and I, C and CE in industrial district. guess what, we look to see what we would use if somebody came and wanted to put
That's what I was looking for.
an
There's one
accessory
in
in
that
their
references
backyard.
back on top.
Granny Hall?
Yeah. Well, some accessory structure was like 32 something.
Single family dwelling accessory is on page 56. I don't see that one I'm looking for. Let's see if it's on my tags.
So this would take care of, she said, green pie.
Yeah.
And then you also got on page 66, residential accessory structure and building standards. And that lists off exactly what you can have, residential accessory structures and buildings may include, but are not limited to. And it lists out exactly what you can have.
What page is that?
66, residential accessory structures and building standards.
My digital copy only goes to page 56.
Yeah, same too, yeah.
What section is it?
35.06. And 31.41 is the single family dwelling accessory apartment.
You said 31 point,
31.41 is the last one in my packet.
It's the single family.
which one were you reading about did you say 3145?
3141 is single family dwelling.
31.41 is single family dwelling,
Accessory apartment.
accessory apartment. And then the next one is on page 66, is 35.06.
You said 35?
0.06.
I don't have that one. Did you have it on the digital copy too?
No, mine stops at page 56.
I start at page 56. It's weird. That's in page Henry.
I've got a bunch of copies. Yeah, I don't have it.
I'm sorry, what page do you see?
66. I can make you a copy right quick, Phil.
Please do, because my copy on here doesn't have it either.
I have another copy here.
Is that the one you don't have?
I have another copy that the pages are different. This is,
Yeah, I got 66.
I found another copy that has 183 pages.
It's got more. more to
underneath the page, somewhere with all the definitions. I don't know, like, where all these copies are coming from. But the page numbers don't line up with what she was saying, so, yes.
Single family exception, same family dwelling may be. Mine was on my computer. You got the tab for it on your computer?
What? When I created these,
I was done that on my. It's called the working 160-day change on order.
I don't know where this, I had to have received this in an email because I don't know how somebody got it.
What's your
Got too close to a chair to damage break the skin off my arm.
Did you have to go somewhere?
I didn't just look at it, he was looking at it. He said it's just when an old folks tears. Ain't nothing make it so up, because it ain't nothing
Is
to.
that what they call it officially? Old folks care.
I did
It's
it.
like tissue paper. I wanna make sure if you were to fight, you won.
Is that in the ordinance? I'll put it there.
We need to put it in there. It can happen, it'll happen to me. It like, yeah, don't feel good.
When it go with setbacks on the chairs and all that. How many feet we need to work on?
But I still put a chair that lifts in there, so when I sit down, I can hit the button and I don't have to do nothing to burn the energy. I just hit the button and go back and come up. Which is very nice.
That might be a little bit too much. You might be saying,
Why'd you bring the boat home?
You just don't know. Stuart.
He ain't too much like you again?
Yeah. So he can come out.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't leave it in the water. Get all the rain and get it soaking wet. But the bottom fell out when we come down the road yesterday coming home.
So it got me anyway.
It got soaking
Okay, I found my copy. I emailed it to everybody.
back in the shelter, so it dry out.
So,
But that's
is
fine.
it an article, is it an article four?
This is the one that Sheila sent me when I first started.
You did it
yeah.
right?
I got
Yeah,
saved.
sun comes
What's
out.
that?
I got my saved word. This ordinance 2021.
He didn't want to get right now.
This is the one Sheila sent to me in April 2025. And at the time it was like a working
Sounds
document.
weird.
You can see some like red annotation.
Yeah, the 160D update we did.
Yeah. Anyway, it's got 180 some pages, so. But when she was saying page number, it didn't match up with what she has, because hers is the pre-edits,
Hers is a pre-edit?
I think.
That's what I got here.
Oh, maybe not then.
66.
Is yours?
She brought my whole thing, but I did. 66.
I got on page 66. I'll leave it.
I do.
Okay, this is article four, okay.
Maybe not.
That's what you're reading for.
Yeah, it's in article four, okay. So the 3506.
Somebody get one.
The 3506 that Sheila's referring to is in Article 4, and then the development standards is in Article 3, so, but it does refer to residential accessory structure and building standards. which is dimensional standards. Okay. Alright, let's back up to caretaker dwelling. So currently that is only allowed in O and I, C, CE, and the industrial district. Which the I would have to change because we decided to go with LI and GI. So we'll have to talk about that.
Where it says O and I, what is that I?
Office and institutional, which is what,
Institution, that's right.
that's what this is classified, the town office. So, is everybody in agreement, or what are thoughts on leaving it as it is, changing it to include the LI and GI districts?
You would really take out the I districts, would you?
Yeah, we would,
Just take out I and add the,
yeah, take the I out and add LI and GI, for general, industrial, and light industrial. Because we're treating that caretaker dwelling as like a security.
Wasn't the granny pod thing added for the state or the county one time? That we had in the, remember that?
I remember,
but
but
wasn't somebody said that the state had already passed something that would take care of that?
Yeah,
We
I think
wouldn't
that
have to
was
worry
when
about it.
Karen was still here. I remember it being something about a granny pod, cause I remember saying on
This was
record,
something recent,
there would
I
not be
think.
one going in my house.
And I think this is something recent, somebody told me they did something about
Yeah, there was something about granny
the
pods.
tiny houses and the granny pods and that kind of thing.
The granny pod,
I may be wrong, but it seems like somebody
It
recently
was a
said
while
something
back.
to me.
that it came before us where we could adopt it or not, or I don't remember
I don't
exactly.
remember exactly either.
I distinctly remember it being a topic though.
Section 160D/915 says legally mandates all local governments and municipalities in the state to allow these transportable residential units on a caretaker's property as a permitted accessory use. Maybe they are.
It's
grand.
called, temporary health care structures, is what it's, called.
Yeah, that's it.
Because the granny pod was for the elderly person to stay in your yard, not a caretaker. It's, you're the caretaker, and your elderly person is in your backyard.
Right.
I'm gonna, that ain't going to my house either.
You know, pretty much everything I said never about, I've done it, so I'm just not gonna say anything.
All right,
Never say
Pat
what you're not gonna do.
too. Pat said everything he said never to.
Alright, so what did you decide, what did you suggest?
okay,
removing?
so, as far as the caretaker dweller, I think we leave it as it is and remove the I district and add LI and GI districts.
Remove I district and add,
LI and GI districts. I did pull something that says, I looked up, it said including accessory dwellings, employee housing, and caretaker units, so this would take care of anything that a company wanted to site for like caretaker dwelling. I do think we probably need to visit adding something for temporary healthcare structures. Being that the general statute has added it. Does everyone go with the 3111? Alright. 3112, we addressed that last meeting. With the new revisions. Moving to 3115, which is clubs, civic, social, or fraternal, excluding bars or restaurants within recreational and entertainment category. My thoughts are just to leave it in its current language. Does anyone have any issues with that? It's only allowed in residential districts. Would there be any need to allow it in commercial? The reason I'm thinking about Moose Lodge or Masons, any kind of fraternal like that. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Let's see.
So the draft I have includes Ruleton in that section, is that right? Like club, the draft I have has civic, social, Ruleton, and or fraternal.
I think we talked about adding it to Ruleton.
Yeah.
I think civic would cover Ruleton or any other Shriners, Masons, Elks Lodge. I don't think we need to add Ruleton to it specifically. I was just looking at our map. So the Ruleton property is commercial. So should we allow clubs add commercial? And should we add commercial extraterritorial jurisdiction as well, CNC?
I thought it was already included.
Yeah, but it's not right here.
Yeah, it's not a development standards.
It just says our residential districts.
On our table is.
On the table, yeah. Yeah. Uses. Yeah, because it says,
Interesting, yeah.
club, civic, social, fraternal is a permitted use.
Yeah, CNCE.
Yeah, and it's got development standards for residential, so, I think we need to add
Yeah.
CE.
And the required buffer yard, obviously that was there before the town was incorporated, so.
That's correct, yeah, there's, I mean, we could ride around and find houses that are sitting really close to the property line that don't meet the setbacks. They're non-conforming grandfathered in uses.
Well, also, do you think it was written that way because it was made, this was for residential district, but if that is commercial, the other commercial properties don't have to have a buffer zone, do they? Like, Marshall's property, does that have to have a buffer zone?
Right now it's right now the front part's commercial and the back's residential and agricultural. But if we do review changing that to light industrial, then we would have development standards to
A buffer
require a buffer zone.
Okay.
Fencing, shrub, trees, to screen. We don't have another club or anything in here as far as development standards go that I recall seeing. I don't have it pulled up. I was gonna search and see if there's anything in, that Article 4. Do you have Article 4 pulled up?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it all pulled up.
Can you search that and see if there's anything related to club and civic?
I don't think there is. Oh, you're wrong.
Well, let's think about this. These are development standards. These apply to the Ds that are in the table of uses, so we don't need to add the C and E. The C and E is a permitted use. So we don't need to add C and C because our table of uses allow it as a permitted use.
That's only if that is in a residential area.
Right, if they're gonna put it in a residential area.
That's the rules.
The rule is they gotta meet these development standards.
I see.
Let me back up here with the automobile repair and services.
Yeah, that's thinking the same thing.
Either way, it would be weird if boats and automobiles didn't.
Yeah, let's see. So we got it as a permitted use in C and E, C-E, but we got development standards for it in commercial.
For which one?
For automobile repair, automobile towing. Let's see, boat repair. For boat repair, we have development standards for both. I'm thinking, even if it's in the ETJ, we would want development standards for the ETJ. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, we're gonna need to adjust our table of uses for automobile repair services and towing to include development standards. Does everybody agree with that?
Working on boats is louder than cars, because a lot of times it's got fiberglass.
Mm-hmm. All right. Moving along.
to summarize, automobile repair and automobile towing services, we're gonna add CE, but then we need to adjust the table of uses to make,
To
to show development.
show development standard, yes.
Okay.
Alright, which brings us back to club, civic, social. It's permitted in the commercial and commercial E, so we don't need to add that. Is everybody good with that and agree? Alright. Which brings us to section 31.19, assisted living facility, including adult care home, multi-unit assisted housing and services within residential category.
Take milk off.
Okay, alright. Alright. Alright, let's see.
Not much we can change there.
No, so we can't ban, you can't ban these types of facilities, under the Fair Housing Act. Such total exclusion is considered discriminatory and illegal. General statute, 160D 907, that should be in your packet. Related to family care homes. So with all that being said, does anyone see anything within the development standards that we need to adjust? Colleen, remember this, we discussed this kind of at length, was we were talking about, there, in a residential area, you can have like a family care home where you've got, and it does limit the number of residents. But I mean, it could be like a, people that are recovering from drugs or alcohol, so, we did discuss that at length, having that type, what kind of problems come with that in a residential area? So we do limit the number of residents.
Brian, quick question, with Jordan gone, do I need to be activated?
We do. We do.
Just thought of that.
So we'll call you as to be an alternate, to fill her spot. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, I don't think we need to change anything about that.
Okay. I mean, my notes to myself was to leave it as it's written, but I wanted to get the consensus from the group. All right? 3120, convenience stores. I recommend leaving it, and if we look at our development standards, we have that. We do have these on the C and CE in the development standards, which coincides with our, I know we don't have a convenience store, but, you don't know what the future holds.
You recommend leaving that same.
Okay. All right, 3122 is daycare center, child or adult. I did some more search on, I mean, this is just like what I said before, we don't have one right now. But if we leave this in here, the only thing I see that we need to change is district. Not sure what our thoughts were back then with having it in the I district. Look at the table of uses here.
You got it in MI, right?
We do. We have it. So what we will have to do is drop the I and add it in L and I, because we went through that last time, and
Did we add the GI too?
we added it to GI as well.
Yeah, it's already in MI.
Does everybody agree to doing that? Okay, keeping it as is and adding that. All right. Equipment repair, light. My recommendation is to leave it. We have development standards for it in the commercial and CE zone, CE. Is everybody good with that? Then it brings us to family care home. If you reference the 160D 907. Kind of goes along with that. You can't ban it. It would be discrimination. My recommendation is to leave it. I think it's permitted in the C and CE zones. Let me find it in the table of uses.
Yes, family, yes, C and C. Development.
Right, and then in residential, it has development requirements, so everybody good with that? All right, farm product warehousing. 3126. I say leave this, and let me look at the development standards here.
Yeah, it's permitted for CE.
Is it permitted?
Yeah.
And the reason I think did that originally was because of we got a lot of agriculture around, and we let it be a permitted use in the ETJ. Is everyone good with keeping it as it is?
So leave it as permitted for CE,
Yes.
so we would not need to add
No, we wouldn't
CE
need,
district.
we would need to add CE district because it's permitted
Okay.
in the table of uses. But for C district, it would require development standards. Is everybody good with that? Alright. We'll skip over the 3131, that was on the list. I wanna tackle storage containers and the kennel, and maybe revisit and talk about the, farm animals within town. They're kind of three, that we're looking to, not necessarily change the farm animals, but they kind of go hand in hand, so I wanna group that together. So I want,
Move to which one?
I'm gonna skip over to 3131, that was something that was on the list, that was kennels and pet grooming. We'll save that to another, meeting where we can all discuss that along with storage containers. 3134, massage establishment, so I went by, I did some research on this, we talked about it last time, and I was thinking, I remember we talked about it, it was like a permitted use, but I wanted to go do some more research on it, and so it's not necessarily a permitted use. There have been towns and municipalities that have tried to ban it, and obviously, people don't want to have that kind of establishment, took those towns to court and ended up winning because they considered it unconstitutional under the First Amendment. So, I remember when we went through it, we were like, okay, if we gotta allow it,
Mm-hmm.
let's put in a zone away from residents and that type stuff. So that's why we put it in the industrial, so. And as you can see, that development standard is fairly lengthy for that one thing. So, what I recommend is changing it from I to GI. Let me look at our development standards, what we did last time, and see if we did development standards for the LI.
Okay, where would, the LIGI be at?
Well, if we end up changing Marshall's to LI, and then he decides he's not gonna excavate no more, I mean, so we really need to think about that.
It just come to my mind, because
Excavation and massage therapy.
somebody could really go right down there, he could seal that front.
Yeah, I mean, so we
I mean,
need
you know,
to consider it, we need to discuss that. I mean,
Yeah, so now we've got it as special use under LI. I don't remember what we decided last time. I left my thing right.
Okay, we left the S on LI, we didn't do anything on GI. So, we really need
Oh, well, I bet the reason we did that is because LI didn't have any impact on neighboring, like there was no storage and all kinds of,
to, right.
right,
The
and
GI
we
we said was the LP gas place
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
tree thing,
So,
the landscape.
we need to consider, do we change it from LI to GI with a special use permit to have it?
I don't know that the GI would really describe it though.
Mhm.
I mean,
It
I
wouldn't
mean,
fit in GI.
in my opinion, like Marshall's property should be GI because it has a lot of outside storage.
Right.
So then, if we keep this as LI and that as GI, then, you know, you wouldn't have to worry about the scenario you just discussed. I don't think they're gonna open a massage parlor at the propane tank company,
No,
you see what I'm saying, or,
right. So,
I mean.
it's amazing how something evil like that can win out.
Yeah.
And win out.
But yeah, I just
But
thought that, I don't,
it also goes back to, if they took us to court, yeah, you're saying you allow it in GI, but they're gonna say you're allowed it somewhere, you know, good and D well, it won't fit in.
yeah, I don't think GI,
I'm just
I don't
saying.
think GI would describe the kind of.
If you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to do it, so.
Well, we're not talking about the actual describing the district, but if our hands were, if we were forced by somebody that wanted to put that type of establishment,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
where would we want it? Think of it in that manner.
Put it in under the crossroads.
But yeah, but it's so much like, kind of like what Sheila's saying though, it's like, I don't know that there's a clear thought process for why we would
And
allow that in
this may
It
be
doesn't even sound reasonable.
And this may be one that I need to ask Joshua Hollis some questions on. And I'll be
Because you
glad
gotta
to.
be able to say, if you're in the board of adjustment to change the zone, we wouldn't be able to have much grounds to deny it. If you put it in a GI. You would have to change, because it wouldn't fit in GI, so there's a board of adjustment on, you really couldn't justify keeping it in GI.
So let me do this. Let me ask Joshua Hollis about this. I don't want us to rush to make a decision. Let me do some more information. Let me add myself a note.
Yeah, man,
You gotta
I-
put it in a, you gotta put it in a zone that it, one, it fits requirements. And two, on the town's behalf, it limits the space in which you can have those areas.
So here's what I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him, all right, first, I know why we put it in here, so we would already kinda have something developed if we ever had to battle that. I wanna ask him, do we even have to have anything? Okay, I'll ask him that, and then I'll ask him about about the districts to put it in.
I know it says that it, on the First Amendment, but it didn't say where, in this case, is that they were established at, it was zoning.
No, I'll do some more research and I'll ask him.
Yeah, I see your point though, it's like, if we said that if we say, okay, we'll allow it, but only in GI, and they would basically have to buy like the propane place or that,
Well, what they
to
can
already
do-
put it there, or they would have to change something to GI.
Right, so if they wanted to put it in LI, we didn't permit it, they could require the board of adjustment meeting for us to.
Right,
change
we would
zoning.
have to review it.
And then you couldn't really say, no, it didn't fit.
It says, I just Googled it now. It says North Carolina legitimate massage parlors and therapeutic spas are generally classified as professional personal care or office uses. As such, it is typically in a commercial district. In most North Carolina municipalities, compliant practices that employ licensed massage and bodywork therapists are treated like other professionals. Services are permitted in right by community business, general commercial, and neighbor center zoning districts. I mean, that's just what.
That's why we got so much corrupt.
Well, I mean, and not all of them are bad.
Right, I mean,
Letty gets massage from Dixie in Nashville, she's excellent. I mean, but there's
it's
also.
legit, it's a legit.
Yeah, yeah, but there's also others that are.
Yeah, so I'll talk to Joshua and I'll do some more,
We got that many pages.
It's one of those things where they're legit, and you find out they're not legit.
Well, it also says here sexually oriented businesses or adult establishments are heavily restricted and generally only permitted heavy industrial or specialized adult use districts.
Yeah, that's, we're getting to that, the 31,
yeah, so
40.
this, I guess, is more like the professional that is
Yeah.
licensed through the state.
Yeah, and I mean, in that regard, I'm okay with that being commercial.
Okay,
It's the other, the sexually oriented
The adult businesses.
adult
Okay.
businesses that is sketchy to me.
well, I'll still do
Yeah.
some digging, so we all feel good about it. All right, which brings us. Man, it's a long section. All right, we're gonna come to 31 and 35, nursing and convalescent home.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, this is cannot ban, Fair Housing Act applies here. I say leave it, and, we've got development standards for all residential districts, the C, CE, and O and E districts.
So leave 31, 35.
That's my recommendation, I want to see what everybody else agrees. And then, is everybody good with the 31, 35 before I move on?
Yeah.
Alright, 31, 36, outdoor events, other. And I know we just adjusted to our, head here, what we decided to go to. I don't know what makes this different than a temporary outdoor event.
Well, I think like the bottom of it, the part F, the length of any approved permit shall be for no longer than 4 weeks. Oh, that's the permit though, not the event. The only difference is temporary. The other one was a temporary outdoor event, and this just says outdoor events. I don't know if,
I guess not last.
It is basically the same thing.
there's
So
no,
I guess,
there's no time limit on this one. I don't remember if we had
let me,
the time limit on that other one.
so my thoughts is, do we combine them? So, okay, somewhere here. See how close it is. I don't know, maybe we leave it like it is because this temporary outdoor event is geared towards nonprofits, whereas
Really, it's for both profits. and
it
nonprofits.
is both.
I think it's a repetitious thing.
And your hours of operation would not be good to put it on, where the one pertaining to the road.
Yeah, good point.
Because this is from 7 to 11. When we have that, we're all night on Thursday night.
We started at 9 p.m.
Yeah, you started it.
Well,
That's kind of.
Yeah, but when you're actually having the people come through
Well,
and
that's
traffic is
true.
being
For sure.
disrupted, that's only a 2 hour span at most.
yeah, I don't consider the preparation that you all do.
Well, I don't, no question about it.
Okay,
I mean, I feel like this is, I can't figure it out right now, but somehow I feel like this is something that we don't really are not thinking about. I may be wrong.
okay, well, let's do this, cause I wanna be diligent. I'll do some,
I've read both of them, sitting down, and like you said, it's not anything much different, but yet they got hours on this one.
There's hours on the other one too.
yeah, there's hours on.
Well, I know it is, but,
I mean, it pretty much says the same thing, the amount of noise generated shall not disrupt the activities of the adjacent.
and that's fine if y'all feel comfortable with it.
No,
No,
let's,
you're fine, I was just saying, it basically states the same.
yeah, let me just do a little research,
About
'cause-
the district, I didn't look at, I wasn't looking at the district.
The districts are the same too.
yeah,
same,
so we got all
Mhm.
districts for the one we just looked at, and this one's got, so let me just do some research and see if I can find any information that kind of gives a difference on a temporary versus an outdoor event.
I don't know why I can't remember things from when we went through before, it's
Yeah,
like muddy water.
yeah, that's a long time ago. At least it seems like it.
Yeah.
So this brings us to 3140, which is the adult sexual oriented businesses. I think I need to also talk to Joshua Hollis about this, about the districts.
Mhm.
I would say everything probably everything we have in here, we need to keep, if we end up keeping this, but let me ask Joshua about that as well. Alright, brings us to 3142. So, did some research on, sweepstakes. And there's, laws have changed since we did this the first time.
Band.
Yeah, so, in your packet was attached, General Statute 14-306-1A. Which was the first legislation that the General Assembly had passed, banning the machines. Later on, give people a little effort, they can try to find a way to get around it. So later on, the General Assembly came back and passed 14-306-4, which was adding to the such ban. So, what I have is listed that we can completely remove that.
Then bad.
Like ban it, like completely take it out of our, development standards and not allow it at all.
Yeah, the, question though, so these, it looks like both of these statutes are specifically talking about the machines, like actual machines. This is, the title is Sweepstakes Cafe, Internet Cafe, that doesn't imply that there's machines in those. I mean, obviously, electronic gaming operation would be machines, but
So it may be that,
like, could somebody open a store for playing poker, like a gambling? You see what I'm saying? If this bans machines, it doesn't ban a person opening up a poker shop or something.
But that's general statute, it is again, they can't open up a poker place.
Well, yeah, that's true, that would be a
It's still gaming.
casino.
Yeah, it's gaming.
I don't know what a sweepstakes cafe is.
That's,
It's
the
exposed to.
sweepstakes is what they call those cafes.
Go to Gold Rock, I get it's go to Gold
Yeah,
Rock.
it's
It's
sweepstakes
several
are-
of them.
Basically,
electronic machines
it's
and
just a name
devices
for
for
the facility in
sweepstakes.
which those games are held at.
Oh, okay.
They call it sweepstakes.
Slot machine, basically.
Internet cafe.
I'm trying to think of one close by that you might pass, but I can't.
There's
Honestly, I
one,
don't think
there's
Gold
one,
Rock.
there's one in Rocky Mount, where they just did that new exit.
Won't there one before they opened the
The bars.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they
Oh, yeah, that place had a lot of problems, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
trying to think of another one.
There was one that was, there was Route 58 out there that went in Bell's, old, Bell's Ace Hardware, used to be out on 58.
oh, really? I thought it was a pool
That was
shop.
a very short period, yeah, it is now.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
very short-lived establishment, but it was.
There's one in, there's one in Rocky Mount, I know, I passed, it's where they put that new exit off of 95, you know what I'm talking about?
Over there on Sunset.
Yeah, if you drive going towards Rocky Mount to that next stoplight, there's one there on the left. It's
Uh-huh, yeah, I
it's
know
been a
what you're
bunch
talking
of-
about. It used to be a bread store.
Yeah, and then there was a car dealership and.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
now
about.
it's
It's right
a-
there at Little Eastonburg at Crossroads.
Yeah, it's across,
Alright, well
There's
maybe
a Dollar
before we
General and a
ban it,
gas
maybe I need
station.
to ask Joshua Hollis.
there's a smoke shop now across the street too.
I'll check with Joshua Hollis to make sure.
No good comes out of places like that.
I'll confirm with Joshua Hollis.
You want to ban it altogether?
Yeah, but we wanna ban it.
You do have to have language saying that it's banned, or do we just not?
Probably.
I'm gonna talk with Joshua Hollis. Alright, moving into next opportunity. section 3146. Temporary hardship manufactured home. I think since we found that granny pod thing, well, I think we still need to have this in our ordinance. And I think we may need to look at that, was it 160D, the 915? It was 915, wasn't it?
So the one you printed,
No, I'm thinking about the one we just looked at tonight, but if you wanna look at the one that I just printed about, 160D 910 goes with
the
this
granny
one.
pod was 915,
Is it, okay?
temporary healthcare structures.
Yeah, I wanna look at that. Not tonight, but I wanna do some more research into that and see if that's something that we need to include in our ordinance. But 160D 910, is the general statutes about manufactured homes. So is everyone good at leaving this temporary hardship manufactured home? We have a time limitation on it. It's an 18-month period. So, you know, if somebody wanted to do this, if we look at the development standards, they're gonna. I know it's a special use permit. Let me find it. Yeah, so in our table of uses, temporary hardship manufactured home, we've got in all the residential districts, we've got an S for special use permit. So they would have to come apply. It would be once it's granted, it'd be an 18-month period. I recommend leaving it. Does anybody else have any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, same.
Okay. All right, which brings us to turkey shoots. So the only turkey shoot I know that we've had, that was a long time ago. Can't remember. I think it was
Was that the fire department?
the fire department had it.
Yep.
Which that's been probably 30 years ago. So, so what's everybody's thoughts on leaving that?
You're only allowing it in your residential agricultural district.
Yeah,
or
so
yeah.
RE
Already,
district.
Yeah, so it would be out away from, I know we got some RA, but it's out past any residence.
so it couldn't, is the fire department's not,
It's commercial.
okay, so the fire department couldn't do it again?
No.
It wouldn't allow, yeah.
No.
But I can in my house?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm
Yes.
getting at. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't really want somebody out in their backyard having a turkey shoot. I mean, come on now.
well, let's
Let's be
develop,
realistic
there's
here,
development standards and let's look.
Well, it's not a permanent turkey shoot. I'm having a temporary outdoor event in my house.
people. You'll have a temporary sheriff pulling up in your driveway, I'm sure.
Let's see what our development.
But that's all I'm saying, you don't want some idiot, oh, well, I'm gonna go out here behind Patrick's house and have a turkey shoot.
What's that?
Just that you don't want no idiot.
Oh, I know. Well, it's just weird to me, like, turkey shoot. it's weird to me, that's usually like a one-day event.
It's usually in the evening,
You know-
yeah.
you know what I'm
Some of
saying?
them have, some of these social clubs, or they might have it for like a month-long period.
For a month, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like every Friday night and Saturday night for a
So
month.
like the fire department had it for
I've been trying to think
a
about
couple
it.
of weeks. It was like once, it seemed like it might have been Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, it was like a Friday or Saturday night.
Friday night.
Yeah. And they gave away, you know,
Once they spring it, do the same thing. But about
Yeah, I was
Rockwood-
just fixing to say spring lake.
so
I heard
let's,
about Rockwood.
Has to be 500 feet from the road right away. Wow. I can't fit this on my
Yeah, you
Oh, maybe the back,
Sure you
yeah.
can, there you go. We're having a
um,
turkey shoot at, Josh's house.
You say we.
I definitely can fit
You
this on
joining
my
in with me?
No, I'm not shooting. I couldn't hit the backside of the barn if you wanted me to, unless I got a laser sight, then you got a better chance of me hitting you.
I mean, yeah, I don't see any reason to mess with it. It's
I mean, they would have to come in and get a permit. They would have to meet all the requirements.
limited to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It has to end before 10
It
p.m.
has to be reviewed by the zoning administrator, the health department, and the sheriff's department, and emergency management services. So I would suspect to have a turkey shoot today, there's a lot of liability
Yeah.
involved in having it. So I think we leave it like it is. We've got some language in there in
It'd
case
be so
somebody.
much liability with it, would be worth it.
No.
Yeah. Which brings us, and I know we're running, we're at 8 o'clock now, but everybody good with that? Where we're at, ended on those development standards?
Yeah.
Alright,
My mother's yes.
so this
Moving
is,
on to the next thing, okay.
yeah, we're gonna move on to the next thing, which is, and we don't have to make any decision tonight, but I wanna go ahead and get this out here. You hear this a lot in the news, where I work, we're doing a lot of data centers, and, I mean, they're out there, and I think we, as the town of Moomire, we need to outright ban them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've got pulled some stuff together just on, a lot of reasons why. On the electricity usage, the water usage, some of the statistics, they're using, 20 to 100 megawatts of electricity, which is equivalent to powering 15 to 75,000 average homes. The water consumption is anywhere from 300,000 gallons a day to 5 million gallons a day.
That's where we are now.
The noise pollution, I mean, that, anywhere from 60 to 96 decibels. To give you an idea, they have backup diesel generators that they would can end up running, for days. It's a lot of negative, things that can definitely ruin the quality of life. One of them is the environmental and community impact. It basically creates a lot of heat. It can raise the average temperature of around 3.6 degrees. The noise and vibration is going to be 24/7 all the time. And one of the things I've found out, it disrupts wildlife. It would disrupt people's enjoyment from enjoying outside. So there are also listed out some chronic health issues that nearby residents have experienced, like severe sleep deprivation, chronic headaches, elevated stress, hypertension. So
Yeah, you don't have to convince me.
it's something that I felt very strongly that, we needed to start planning and take action to it. And you'll see in your ordinance, in your packet, there's a sample ordinance language. I pulled some stuff together. So I wanted to see what everybody thought about this, sample ordinance language, commercial data centers prohibited. Be the last page, but there's some of the statistics right there for you to get a good idea of why we definitely need to take action. So I'll let everybody take a little moment and kind of read over that.
Yeah, I love it.
What is the main reason for them to start with?
So what it is, I'll give you a good example. Our company, we have a web-based program, pricing program, and we have a contract with Google. And they have this bank of servers that we basically lease server space to store our documents on it. And we can access it. So it's basically it's a huge building with server racks for computers to store data. And it generates a lot of heat. And so they use the water to cool it. So, but you've got constant electricity pull, water to cool it, heat generated from it. Does anybody see anything in that language that we need to?
That's great to me. I'm not a lawyer though, so this is probably another something to run by.
Run by John,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I wanted to go
But
ahead
it
and
sounds
get
great,
it
I
out
like
there.
it specifically principal or accessory use, like just to clarify. You know, you can build a Dollar General with a side server on the side of it. Trying to figure out what commercial data centers are still.
It's not a lot of
Yeah.
Okay, you like when you log into your computer and do stuff, you're telling it stuff to do. Imagine there's a billion of yous trying to use that computer at the same time, but the computer will get bogged down. So they build massive warehouses that have tons of computers to handle all of the people asking computers to do stuff.
That's why I don't mess with them.
Life is a little bit simpler sometimes.
They need to put them in space. They've been talking about doing it, but you got issues with heat conduction in space. Vacuum doesn't conduct heat very well, so there's a lot of issues with that. I think it'll happen
Surprised
eventually.
they hadn't gone underground.
I just make those sinkholes. Lovely.
Yeah, anyway, they're building them everywhere.
They can't get water to cool them. You know how to do
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
they,
it's affected the people where they build them and the people that live in the residential areas have experience. They have issues with water. So we
And
want,
I was reading somewhere, was it Missouri, that the town council, town commissioners passed for a data center to be built there, and the people went in and got every daggone one of them fired. For passing the right to put that data center in there. Got
yeah,
rid of them.
it uses water faster than the water treatment plants can process it. So it just, yeah, it's bad. So So yes, agree 100%.
Who was the genius that came up with these things?
At Google,
Meta.
Meta, every one of those big tech companies.
I mean, we use it, we benefit.
Yeah,
Like,
we-
we sit here on a computer and type in,
Yeah.
like, what general statute, blah, blah, blah. That's going to a data center somewhere, I guarantee you.
Yeah. And a lot of it's to
I don't mind them, I just don't want them here.
fuel.
That's what I said.
Well, but
I'll
you
do it,
should
I'll
not,
do it.
because long term, it's just gonna damage the whole environment
Well,
where you're
yeah.
at. Even if we don't have them here, if they're in South Carolina, eventually it's gonna
Put them in the desert.
mess up the environment here too. You see what I'm
That's why I
saying?
said put them in space. Put them in space. That's the best place for
And I tell them where to put them at.
It'll-
Tell them over
them.
with.
That's what it'll eventually happen.
Alright, so I'll ask, Joshua Hollis, moving on to our, let's talk about our next meeting. And, so for us, our next meeting would, normal, regular meeting would be June 30th. That is Tuesday, June 30th. Does anybody have any conflict with June 30th at 6:30?
The only problem I will have, I don't know, I won't know, I can't tell you tonight what Stuart Wynn's schedule is as far as going to the lake. If
Okay,
they do, I may be gone, but I will let you know ahead of time.
That's true, that's right before July.
it
It's
is,
in the week of the 4th, so I don't know, I
so,
don't know how his job, when they're gonna take off and when they won't.
alright. Do we want to back it up to the 23rd?
I'll be gone.
No, that's my birthday.
I'll be gone
I'm not
2 weeks
cooking on my
before that.
birthday.
Okay,
I say we leave it unless we need to move it.
okay,
And
alright,
if we need to move it, we'll kick it to the next week.
okay. June 30th at, tentatively June 30th at 6:30 PM.
And I would like to specifically thank Brian for putting up the American flags. I had volunteered to do it and I have been so overwhelmed with our upcoming Bible school at church, and Brian graciously agreed to do it.
Well,
So thanks for
I
that.
knew you were involved with that heavily,
Very.
and, I thought that'd be one thing I can handle on my own. I got Tristan to help me, and, we got it done pretty quick with my little jig that I made. So, but they look good, they really do. So, Sheila, is there any correspondence you have for us?
No.
Any new business?
No.
Okay. All right, I'd ask for a motion that we, for an adjournment. All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, well, I thank y'all for your input tonight and your discussion.
So I guess we're gonna hold off on sending the town code.
Yeah, let's